Ever wondered how the world stumbled from the war to end all wars, straight into an even bigger one just 2 decades later? It's a crazy story, and it all starts with the end of World War I in 1918. Picture this. Europe is in ruins. The winners, like Britain and France, get together and draft a Treaty of Versailles. They basically point a finger at Germany and say, "This was all your fault." They force Germany to pay massive amounts of money, called reparations, give up huge chunks of its land, and shrink its military to almost nothing. For Germans, this felt incredibly unfair, like being punished for a fight everyone was in. This planted a tiny, bitter seed of resentment that would grow into a very big problem. Fast forward to the 1920s. Things seemed to be getting a little better, but then bam! 1929, the Great Depression hits. The stock market crashes in the United States, and it sends a shockwave across the entire globe. Economies everywhere collapse. People lose their jobs, their savings, everything. In Germany, the situation goes from bad to catastrophic. The money they have becomes worthless. People are literally using stacks of cash to light their stoves because it's cheaper than firewood. When people are desperate, they look for strong leaders who promise easy solutions. And in this chaos, several countries turn to totalitarianism. In Italy, you have Mussolini and his fascists. In the Soviet Union, Stalin is tightening his grip. And in Germany, a powerful speaker named Adolf Hitler and his Nazi party start gaining a lot of followers. He tells the German people exactly what they want to hear. That the Treaty of Versailles was a betrayal, that Germany is a great nation, and that he can restore its former glory. Give people jobs and make them proud again. By 1933, he's in power. Once in control, Hitler starts breaking the rules of the Versailles Treaty one by one. He rebuilds the army, he stops paying reparations, and he starts eyeing the land Germany had lost. He sends troops into the Rhineland, a demilitarized zone. Then he annexes Austria. The other major powers, Britain and France, are watching all this happen, but they're terrified of another war. They just went through one, and it was horrific. They also have their own economic problems to deal with. So they adopt a strategy called appeasement. The idea was, if we just give Hitler a little bit of what he wants, he'll be satisfied and stop. The most famous example of this is the Munich Agreement in 1938. Hitler wanted a part of Czechoslovakia called the Sudetenland, where many ethnic Germans lived. British Prime Minister Neville Chamberlain flies to Germany, meets with Hitler, and basically agrees to let him have it, in exchange for a promise of peace. Chamberlain comes back to Britain, waves a piece of paper, and declares he's secured peace for our time. But here's the thing about appeasement. It didn't work. It just showed Hitler that the other powers were weak and unwilling to fight. It emboldened him. He saw he could get away with aggression. After taking the Sudetenland, he didn't stop. He took the rest of Czechoslovakia just a few months later. The promise of peace was broken. The final straw came on September 1st, 1939. After signing a non-aggression pact with his ideological enemy, Stalin's Soviet Union, a move that shocked the world, Hitler's forces invaded Poland. This time, Britain and France knew they couldn't just stand by. Appeasement had failed. They declared war on Germany, and the world was plunged into World War II. So, a harsh treaty, a devastating economic crash, the rise of powerful dictators, and a desperate policy of appeasement all created the perfect storm for a second global conflict. But why does any of this still matter today? Think about it. We still see economic crises creating political instability. We still debate how to deal with aggressive nations. We still see the dangers of extreme nationalism. The story of how the world sleepwalked into its deadliest conflict isn't just history. It's a timeless warning. It teaches us that peace is fragile, and that the decisions made by leaders and the lessons we learn from the past have consequences that can shape the entire world for generations to come. Thanks so much for watching. If you found this interesting, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you next time.